Aktivline is a new dynamic seat shell for children and adults with cerebral palsy, especially for two forms, the spastic and the dyskinetic quadriplegia. Thus people are unable to keep and maintain a sitting position. They need a lot of supports and fixation for the head, the trunk, the pelvis and the lower extremities. A common problem are the involuntary movements with different causes, but all with strong extension of head, neck, trunk, pelvis and legs. For people sitting in a standard rigid seat shell, the consequences are well known. The people cannot be fixed into the seat shell. They don't tolerate it. The people slip within the seat shell and lose a correct sitting position. The use of wedges and belts can cause pressure on body parts with undesirable effects. The seat shell breaks apart or becomes deformed. It's lacking physiological movements. Everybody needs to move while sitting in a correct posture to relieve the load or strain on body parts and to keep joints flexible. People using Aktivline are able to sit correctly and simultaneously stretch themselves. Aktivline changes its position in case of a body stretch and adjusts itself to the stretching of the neck, trunk, hip and legs. All movements that the seat shell is able to perform are controlled through a set of physiologically adequate pivotal points. The seat slips up to the front and tips over, while the backrest moves upward. The foot bench is flexible too, and allows a stretching of the legs at the same time. The anatomical rotational axis of the body joints correspond with the mechanical rotational ones of Aktivline. This way there is no friction on the contact surface between body and chair, and the correct position of body supports or fixation belts can be maintained during the stretching period. People that stretch in a standard stiff seat shall lose the right contact to the support and keep the incorrect posture. They strongly squeeze against belts and parts of the seat shell. In this situation, they cannot control the head and the upper extremities. It is very important that the position of the head doesn't change, so the visual and vestibular information remains the same. Reflexes are not excited. The efferent information is stable. The resistance to stretching gives more explicit proprioceptive information. It increases the postural control and target movement of the extremities. The position of the hand being used has not to change, so people can operate a computer or a joystick. The involuntary movements happen during different situations. They can be constant or inconstant. Some examples. During the verbal or non-verbal communication. During the swallow. When the head moves. A sign of intolerance of some perceptions. During reaching.
Hand aufmachen, Schatz, ganz locker. Ganz locker die Hand auf.
With a voluntary onset, but without to modulating it. Aktivline offers resistance to the body stretching. The mechanical device that allows these movements automatically returns the shell into the original position through a set of springs after the tension abated. In case of spastic quadriplegia, as soon as the intensity of the muscle contraction becomes lower than the tractive force, the patient will come back in a sitting position. In case of dyskinesia, as soon as the muscle stops their activity, a hydraulic suspension slows down the return of the patient into the correct sitting position. Other accessories properly developed for the Aktivline system are: the foot bench is one for patients that stretch the legs strong symmetrically. The foot bench can be divided. Patients are able to move the legs asymmetrically. The foot bench is divided for patients with different length of their legs, usually found by hip luxation. The knee bench doesn't support the knees, but it leads the legs into the abduction. There are various kinds of belts, pads and rests for head, trunk, pelvis, arms, legs and feet. A special lightweight table with upper arm support. It is possible to block or tilt the whole seat shell. Please contact our distributor to get more information about the new Aktivline series.